This is a custom JoJo mask.
Yeah, they just started selling them. I think they're now at Target, but these ones I think are sold online.
Woo!
But they got the little JoJo masks happening now.
Girl, that's incredible.
It's so fun. It's crazy. There's everything.
Your real name is Joelle.
Yes.
Okay, my name is Joanna Noel.
Joanna.
So I feel as though.
And my name is Joelle Joni. There's something because Joanna.
Yeah.
And Joelle.
Oh, so you're Jojo because of Joelle Joni.
J-O, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you kind of have more rights to it.
You know, I remember we were just kids.
When I really became super aware is when people would show up to my concerts.
Yes.
Wearing a bow.
Yes.
And be in for a very wild surprise. That is when I realized that
there's another JoJo
popping in another world that I didn't realize. People were upset when they came to my show.
My gosh, I'm sure they were upset, but that is something that's funny. One of my favorite tweets that I saw, I think both of us may have liked it. Somebody tweeted something like, I bought my wife tickets for a JoJo concert only to find out it's a Jojo Siwa concert and we have to go and there's gonna be 9-year-old screaming little girls.
I think the way the algorithm works, I don't get Jojo Siwa when I Google myself, and I don't Google myself that often.
Okay, sure you don't. I feel like everyone does it.
I'm sorry, Jojo, I don't. I really don't.
I Google myself all the time.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
I mean, you must be really strong to be able to do that, because
It's hard, it really is hard.
Because you're 17.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm a baby yet. No, I'm almost 18.
What is that gonna mean for you?
I'm an adult.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, no, you're not.
You're not at 18. Like, no. I think the only thing that will change for me when I'm 18 is I can officially say that I've been doing this for half my life. Because I started when I was 9.
You already have done your 10,000 hours before the age of 18.
It's crazy.
So incredible.
Is that what they say? It's like you should work your life 10,000 hours?
They say that you become an expert or like a master at your craft at 10,000 hours.
Oh yeah, I've definitely put that in.
Exactly.
Definitely done that.
Doubt. I put out my first single when I was 13. I recorded it when I was 12. My first single was so grown. I was already singing about things that were way older than what I should have been singing about. So I caught up to my subject matter.
Yeah, people were almost like, oh, well, yeah, that's what we expected. Yeah.
Do you envision your music, evolving as you evolve with?
Yeah, I do. For me, so I'm obviously signed with Nickelodeon.
Okay.
And I have a full 360 with them.
I got a way of making every day the way I like it.
And so for music-wise, it's like people actually assume like, oh, she has to be young and oh, she has to sing about these things or oh, she has to dress like she does. She has to wear and talk like she does. But for me, it's actually the opposite. Like, I am like, I don't want to sing about something yet. Like, I'm not ready to. Like,
that makes me so happy.
Good.
That's what I felt from you, to be honest with you. I never got the sense that you were doing something you didn't want to do.
Forced almost is the word.
And the audience can feel that.
Yeah.
If it wasn't true for you, I don't think people would love you like they do.
It's who I am.
This is how you like to express yourself. I love it. Honestly, these remind me of something that I wore on TRL. Like,
oh my gosh.
And they said JoJo on them. I have to find a picture.
I love that you were in the generation of like TRL. Yeah. Like, because for me, like if I put out a song or if I put out a music video, I have
to be anticlimactic, right? I mean, you get to see the views run up, but you don't get to like go and like see the people outside.
It's like my song's out, like go buy it on iTunes. Like you don't get to sell the records in the store and go to the store and see your records. You get to like put it up and see how many downloads you get. Like, it's different.
Yeah, it's just not as tangible, I guess.
Yeah. When I was little, I wanted this so bad. I wanted to either be a pop star or a surgeon.
I wanted to be a pop star or a veterinarian.
Really?
JoJo?
Well, I mean, it looks like you're going more vet and I'm going more surgeon route. So we got to start working on that pop star moment. But yeah, no, I really wanted to be a pop star or a surgeon. And pop star, obviously, I wanted more, which is why I'm doing it now. And so my mom, she was a dance teacher. My dad was a chiropractor. We're from Nebraska, Omaha, Nebraska. And she really learned the business as she went. And
Is she your manager?
I do have a manager, but she's like my momager.
Do you guys get along well?
Oh yeah, my mom and I get along super well. I'm terrified of her. In the best way, scared of her. I just always want her to be
respect
proud of
her.
Oh yeah.
My mom managed me for the first 12 years of my career, I guess, from 6 to 18. It was good, and then it wasn't good. She hated the industry so much.
Yeah.
She just saw people trying to come in and take advantage and split us apart and like get in her ear and do all these things. And she has such a pure soul that it was not right for her. Like, it's such a personal thing. And I think if you don't have the thick skin, then you shouldn't be in it. So I was like,
it's not worth it.
it's not worth your sanity. Now that I'm in my late 20s, we have the coolest relationship. It took us a long time to get back there, but we're both finding ourselves at our respective like decades. She was never that stage mom. I was just like this little weird kid
Who wanted it
so bad and like saw an ad in the Boston Globe and was like, Ma, this talks about talented kids. Like, can you take me there?
I feel like there's more bad than there is good in the industry sometimes. It's crazy.
I'm sure that your intuition is sharper than the average 17-year-old at this point, and that you have a good team of people around you. I love that you're already not in a hurry to grow up or to assume those adult responsibilities or whatever. You already have your responsibilities on you, but there really is no rush. As far as the whack people in this industry, I hate contracts. You know, no. Who likes that?
I'm gonna say no one better be I love contracts.
Like, that's weird. So yeah, I hate being bound. I hate the idea of that. It feels really scary. But is dance your first entrance to entertainment?
Yeah. So my mom owned a dance studio my whole life. She owned it since before I was born. She owned it since before her and my dad even met. And so when I was little, I was just always at the dance studio and like I loved it. And it's funny, like as I got older, like when I was on Dance Moms, I actually started to hate dance, but I just didn't have like the fire for it anymore. And now though that I'm like older, I started, to like get back into it, like really get back into it. And like now I love dance more than I ever have. Like it's crazy how performing and like
did going on tour make you love dance again?
And singing. So like I used to hate singing too. I hated singing more than anything.
So what did you like?
I liked them both, but the reason why I didn't like singing is because I thought I was awful. Trust me, I still know that I'm awful. And
You're not awful.
Thank you, but no, I know I'm not Celine Dion. Like we can get that straight. Like I'm not Celine Dion. I will never be Celine Dion. But I can be me. And so when I was 15, I never sang live. I danced live and I enjoyed it.
Up until 2 years ago?
I never would sing live.
This journey.
I would record my music, but I used to leave every session crying because I just thought I was doing so awful. Then I saw the movie Bohemian Rhapsody and I fell in love with Freddie Mercury and I fell in love with him and I watched him do a couple interviews. And somebody said, well, why don't you just use a track vocal? And he said, because it's my song. No one can sing it better than me. And I was like, that's really true.
Yeah.
And then I saw him do a TV show on the BBC and he was singing and they wouldn't let him sing live. And so you literally see him, all we hear is he goes, radio God, and he doesn't put the microphone by his mouth. And so it's very obvious he's not singing live because he wanted the world to know that he wanted to sing live and they wouldn't let him. So then from that point on, all anyone had ever heard from me is I'm not singing live, turn my mic off. Literally November 2018, I was like, I'm never not singing live again, turn my microphone on. And at first, everyone was like, Jojo, that's a bad idea.
I'm about to ruin it.
And I was like, no, I do not care. I don't care. Like, I don't care what I sound like put my mic live. I don't care if my voice is gone. I don't care if I'm sick. I don't care what the situation is. I'm never touching a pre-record.
You're dope.
And they were like, okay, sure. I kid you not, I was sick. My voice was gone. Everything happened. Never used them. Woo! Never used them. And I'm also the worst.
Get it.
Like, I will not take a singing lesson.
Why?
Because I think I suck. And I won't do it. And singing lessons make me feel like a bad singer. So I just eliminated them.
Okay, you know what? I feel this way about dance, actually.
Yep. I just won't do it.
And I'm just facing my fear now.
Yep.
I felt confident as a singer.
Yeah.
I didn't feel confident as a dancer.
It's scary.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to not do it.
And I'm about to tell you one thing that is going to make you cringe
and
cry in your seat.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I know it's, let me preface it with, I know it's awful.
Oh my God, what is that?
I know it's the opposite thing you should do. And I know I would tell nobody to do it. I do nothing for my voice, including warming it up. I will not do one singular vocal warm-up before a concert. I won't steam my voice. I won't drink tea or honey. I do none of it.
You're a very bad girl, Jo.
I know, it's awful.
But you know what?
I won't do a vocal warm-up. I won't do a cool down. I won't do it.
Oh, you're going to pay for it when you get a little bit older.
I know
Because until I was 20, actually, I probably didn't do anything either. I had never taken a voice lesson either. I had no idea what I was doing for a long time. And then I started getting some vocal trouble because when you're on the road constantly and when you're singing live every night, it can be really strenuous.
The good thing is my songs are not sing-songy,
You're dancing like that though and singing. That's amazing.
I I used to sing and literally sprint in a hoodie and sweatpants in my hot garage for like hours a night to train myself.
Yes, Beyonce. Do you get nervous? Are you nervous or are you more excited or do you not feel nerve?
When I was on Dance Moms, I was always like so nervous. And once I left the show, I was like, that was so much fun, but I missed out on all of it because I was always so nervous.
Yes.
And I still, to this day, live by I'm not allowed to be nervous ever for anything. I learned from it and I learned that I'm gonna miss out on the fun and I just don't like to be nervous anymore.
That's so great to live in the moment and be able to recognize that.
I'll never forget my first like big acting thing. I did a Nickelodeon movie. I was like a little, I won't say nervous because I don't get nervous, but I was a little like intimidated. Like everyone here has done this before. I've never done this before. They were like, hey, we need you to cry. They added it in. And I was like, I can do that. And they were like, okay. And I was like, give me 10 minutes. And they're like, okay. I come back 10 minutes later, I'm sobbing. I'm talking full blown sobbing. And they're like, what, are you okay? And I was like, let's just go, put me in the room and film because I just needed me to cry for like 2 seconds. I'm sobbing. And they're like, what? And I was like, I just watched a scene from Grey's Anatomy. I was like, that's how I make myself cry. And they were like, oh my gosh, you're insane. And I was like,
that's amazing.
so I just kind of like figure it out in a way. Like no matter what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna figure it out.
Wow. Yeah, you jump in.
I was like, I can cry. Come on, Grey's Anatomy, Derek dying, how to save a life. Let's go.
I was intimidated being on my first set as well.
Yeah.
I did a movie called Aquamarine and then
You were in Aquamarine?
Yeah. Have you seen it?
A lot of my friends have. That's like the mermaids, right?
That's the mermaids, yeah.
That's the mermaid. There's two. There's Aquamarine and there's H2O, right?
Honestly, I haven't really seen either of them, so I don't know.
Me with everything I do.
But anyway.
I'm gonna Google the cover art after
Google
this,
the cover,
'cause if I saw it, I would know it.
I did that, and then I did RV, where I played Robin Williams' daughter, and that was such a learning experience because
You're working with the most legendary actor ever.
Exactly, and to see the way that he like conducted himself on set, that's something that'll stay with me for the rest of my life because he would be the first person to get there, the last to leave. He'd always have ideas. He was so present, and he knew everybody's name. He cared. It was just nice that I got to see a legend be like that as opposed to be a dick.
A diva. Yeah.
Yes. That's the impression I always want to leave on people as well when we experience one another. I want them to feel like they felt good around me. And that's how he made me feel. I felt good around him.
Yeah, I love that.
You know? Tell me what the hardest day on the internet for you has been.
The hardest day in my career was not on the internet. It happened because of the internet. I was meme of the month in October of 2018, which is like the biggest meme of to make like the meme calendar is like a big
I didn't
thing.
know there was a meme calendar.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And it's like the biggest thing of the biggest thing. And I was meme of October. And it was because of my hairline and people were saying I'm a giant toddler and I'm a baby and all these things. And I thought it was funny. Like I was like, yeah, meme of the month. Like it was great. It grew my career. Like I loved it. Then I went to Not Scary Farm and people in person were being awful. There was not one nice person there. It was like, because it was all teenagers. And so all the teenagers were like, Jojo Siwa, F you. Jojo Siwa, where's your hairline at? And so I actually for like 2 years until December of this year, had the biggest fear of teenagers.
And you yourself are a teenager. So
and me myself, I'm a teenager. Yeah, and so I had no teenager friends. And then I went on this cruise ship and my brother met this girl. And I was like, she seems like a homie. Like I want to hang out with them. So I hung out with them. And then I kind of like was like, you don't really like me. Like teenagers don't like me. And she was like, what do you mean I don't like you? And I was like, you don't like me because of who I am and like what I do. Like I just know how teenagers work. And she's like, you're a human. Like I'm a nice human. Like those are just mean people. And so like, even if there's one nice person, it's amazing. And so now I'm upgrading. Now I have like 3 teenager homies and I'm keeping them pretty close, but.
It's just so transparent when people like are so nasty that they're jealous.
Yeah.
They wish that they could have the courage and the confidence that you have to be yourself.
Yeah.
Ew, gross. That's so whack. I can't believe that they did that in person.
Oh,
because it's mostly these,
online
lurks
like,
online.
Nothing, you can do it like it's nothing, but to be able to do it in person. But it scared me, and I didn't want to be. Nobody wants to be hated.
No,
like,
that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
My relationship to the internet is, I don't seek out things that could potentially compromise my zen. Because you can go down that rabbit hole and see like, what are people saying about this or that? And whatever you seek, you can find. Sometimes I have to put certain people on mute. People think they know you, they don't know you.
That is one of the hard things about doing what I do. So I'm like, YouTube is like a big place where like that's like my biggest platform. And a lot of the times like it's cool when it's little kids and they're 4 years old and they think they know me and they're believing in something. And so give them it to believe in, you know, let them have their fun.
You're like Santa.
It's great. It really is. And it's amazing. But once it hits a certain age and it's like older kids, like I'm talking like 17, 18 or even adults think that they know me.
That's just dumb. That's just ignorant.
It is, but it's also like, it's not because they don't know any different because they see me. They see my bedroom. They see my house. They see my life. They see everything. And so like they really feel like they know me and like they should get something from me.
This unreasonable expectation. When you live your life on YouTube and like as transparently as you do, I can see why people would like have that confused.
Totally, yeah.
Have that twisted. I'm thankful that I have so much that people don't get
know.
to see.
Yeah, you obviously like were little. There was no Instagram. There was no
MySpace is what we had, and that was the extent of it.
I'll be honest, quarantine has been great. In the beginning, I thought it was gonna be great. In the middle, I was like, oh man, this is awful. And now at the end, I mean, obviously we're not at the end, but where we're at now, I'm like,
who knows where we are?
Back at like, this is pretty great. So I was on tour. We were supposed to do our final leg of tour. We were on our 5th leg and we had 48 more shows to do. Get to Lubbock, Texas. It was on a college campus, the arena was. And so they were like, the college campus closed down. Go home, 2 weeks. They're like, we're postponing 4 weeks. We're postponing 2 months. We're postponing 4 months.
Right.
Now we're at June of next year. Whoa, like that all happened really fast. And so in the beginning, I was like, oh, it's 2 weeks. It's a 2-week break. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna go swimming. I'm gonna play games. It's gonna be fun. After that, though, I was like, okay, we're gonna be here a minute. Like I have to start to figure out, like, I can't let my career die by just doing nothing. And so I ended up building a stage in my backyard, a full production stage that we film performances on every week.
Different songs every week?
Different songs every week. At first, I was doing about 3 to 4 songs a week and doing it every Friday. Recently, I've been doing these big, fun, like dance YouTube videos where I have dancers and it's so much fun. So we just do 1 song now a week.
I was getting ready to go on a tour that would take me through for an entire year. We were gonna do all the territories pretty much. And now it's pushed back to summer of next year. And it's just interesting because I had already cashed those checks in my mind as well. You know what I mean? I don't have a bow business like you do. This has given me the opportunity to follow my other passions that are creative. Like I have really become so passionate about plant-based cooking. I love things that engage my senses. So whether that's smells, fabrics, sounds, any of that. So this has given me the chance to like really get in my kitchen and go to work. It has been cool to, like I've been learning piano. I was scared about that too. I was intimidated by that. So
it's a hard instrument.
It just, when it didn't come as naturally to me as singing. So I'm like, it's kind of like doing that.
Yeah.
So now I can perform some of my songs. I can accompany myself. So to me, because we're fortunate enough to have everything that we need, we're secure as far as like we have a home, we have, we have enough food, everything. We're both able to look at quarantine as an opportunity and get creative in different ways.
Totally.
In 10 years, I want to sign acts and I want to help develop them. And as I continue to build my career and expand, I still want to be touring. I love it.
It's so much fun.
I really, really love it. So that's not something that I'll ever step back from. I'll always be creative and putting out music and writing. But I'd like to write for other people and also just help young artists find their voice and help them feel like they have an advocate and an ally in me as opposed to somebody who's just there
making money off.
Yeah, because that's not the vibe.
I love touring and I love dancing and I love singing. So I think music is the direction that I'm gonna pursue. I would live on a bus if I could. I love it so much. I also decided today, when I'm older, I want to open up a dancer agency.
I love that.
That's what I want to do. And I want to make a home for dancers.
And I also really want to spread my passion for plant-based food.
I love it.
Maybe kind of developing something that's more lifestyle oriented
That's
while
awesome.
always singing.
I love it.
Always singing.
You should mash the two.
Let me know if you have any ideas.
Let me think of some.
Okay.
Wake up tomorrow morning with a long old Twitter message from it. Like, hey, so I was thinking about the plant-based music.